Deep from the bowels of the parents' basement, we bring to you the Undisputed Combo Podcast with that dude Kobe and Shadowhunt Joker on this, the heavy metal episode. Because this is so heavy, we might have to split it up into two parts.
Okay, there's going to be a good amount of topics going in today, and some of it might be a little bit controversial at the very end because we're going to be discussing ban list, so that's always fun.
And a bit of the corporate greed. Can't forget that.
Oh, yeah. So why don't we go ahead and just get started? Joker, I had to pull up a few images, and I'm going to pull up the ban list itself, just so that way I'm prepared.
All right, I'm going to flip a coin of my two topics real quick.
Do you want to pull it? Does Digimon have a list? Like
yes, but it's only one card.
Oh.
Yugioh Greymon.
Right.
We saw that coming. It was hit to one, so we're going to just flip a coin now for my two topics. And ooh, looks like I got to go to the meat and potatoes first. All right. So, as everybody has known as of late, because you won't stop telling me to talk about it, eBay has bought or is in the works of buying TCG Player. Now, a lot of people are freaking out. A lot of these so-called market players are saying, oh no, it's time to pull our cards out and do all this stuff. But even I freaked out at first. I will admit that. Colby, you're my witness. I did freak out at first.
Oh, yeah.
And then I read.
We had the idea of markets just going to be gone.
Mm-hmm. So I did a little dumpster diving. And it says here, eBay will acquire TCG Player for a total deal value of up to approximately $295 million. The deal is subject to customary closing conditions, including requisite regulatory approvals, and is expected to close in Q1 of 2023. Back to that in a moment. Evercore is acting as an exclusive financial advisor, and Cooley LLP is acting as a legal consultant to TCG Player in the transaction. Freshfields, blah, 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 is acting as legal consultant of eBay. Now, there was another part to this that everybody just completely didn't read into. And yes, I thought it was going to go to the ways of Ideal 808. And then I saw a bunch of people saying, well, we should deal with Troll and Toad. We'll deal with that later. Anyways, I admit it, I did freak out. But after reading into it, in a TCG market zone, well, you got to read your contracts. Here's the thing, people. We're still in the little bits of the third quarter for 2022. We'll be hitting into the final quarter of 2022 about September. Hear me out. Don't pull your cards out just yet. It says that they should be acquiring and doing all that stuff by the end of the first quarter next year. We still have time. We don't need to sit here and just pull out now. We can actually keep doing our buying, selling, and all that stuff. Only real people that are leaving the game right now mostly are scalpers. They're trying to tell you to pull out. But here's the thing. Where else are you going to sell? eBay. Hello. They're actually buying it. Ideal 808. Oh, you mean the place where it's like, oh, I have a $5 card. I sell it on there for $1, but then you got other people that has the same $5 card and want to sell it for 10. That Ideal 808, the one that we went away from and it led to TCG Player being made? No.
I'm gonna keep it with you. I've never even heard of that website.
You don't. And it leads me to the other one. Troll and Toad. I keep hearing people say Troll and Toad, Troll and Toad. Let me explain to y'all something. To some places, Troll and Toad may be fine, but the Troll and Toad that I came to know, Colby, give me a Attic card that's cheap to buy right now.
Dude, the entire deck is budget.
Okay.
Chi-Chi. who is at the moment. I'm going TCG player for you.
Go ahead.
All right. I want to say it's $3 off the top of my head.
All right. Now,
It
keep in mind,
is, yep, $3.50.
$3.50. When dealing with Troll and Toad, they'll look at the binder, see that thing, and be like, a quarter, or maybe $1. You might take the deal. Now, let's say somebody wants to buy that card from them. They'll say $5. Now, let's say there's a $10 card they got, or a $25 card they got.
Yeah.
You want to trade it in. We'll only give you $5 for it. Someone else will pull the same card out. I'll only give you $4.50 for it. They will lowball as they get more. And then as they start selling them, it'll be like, okay, this card's 10, 11, 12, 13. And I know a bunch of people will say, that's a lie. That's not true. Troll and Toad got banned in my home area for doing this at events, locals, regionals, all that, even pre-releases. They could not come back because they were doing this. All because when a certain card came out, Rescue Rabbit, okay, the card was $100. They had 3 of them. They sold 2. And then they tried to do an illegal auction for the card. They would go, oh, this card's too hot. I can't just sell it at 100. It has to be 125. People were in a debate war for a $100 card, and it went up to 200. The one guy got the card, no big deal. But other people were seeing this, and they were like, hey, y'all aren't supposed to auction cards here. And they also took cards from kids. Just
What?
flat out, yeah. They were telling the kids it isn't worth that much because, you know, they're impressionable. And then selling those cards for like 20, 30 bucks.
Man,
I'm not joking. Look at my face.
No.
I'm not joking. I was furious when I heard this was going on. So when people tell me, hey, Troll and Toad's not so bad, I'm looking at you like, that is cap and you know it. They may be good out here in the Western frontier, but East Coast, we know. We're like, sure.
That ain't right.
That ain't right. They've been banned ever since. Now, they may be going to like South Carolina, North Carolina, and other places like that, fine. But for the longest in Virginia, no. But I digress. People, if you want to get rid of your cards off of there, fine. But you got to understand, everything isn't set in stone and finalized just yet. And plus, we will be getting updates as sellers of all the little tidbits we need to know, everything that we need to format for before everything is finalized. It's not like they're just going to do it. Now, everybody, you have to abide by this. And also, they're going to keep their autonomous ways for TCG Player. We're not fully going to the dark side of eBay. They even stated you saw it in the little report, they're going to have some autonomous in them, even though eBay has them. It's not like it's going to all just be one smash conglomerate. They don't want to break the whole thing bad. Plus, eBay likes doing auctions. eBay likes doing buy it nows. TCG Player functions on buy it nows. You don't really see auctions unless it's what? Bulk? But no one really does those.
Yeah, because in my opinion, getting bulk is typically a scam because it's like you're almost guaranteed to not get anything good.
In my case, bulk is fine if you're buying it and then you're getting a bunch of stuff that you need, and then you're trading it off to some other people to do like custom locals and stuff. That's fine.
Yeah.
But rushing to take your cards out right now, I don't care if anyone, Market Watch, whatever, is saying take your cards out now. Hear me out. We're still in August, going into September. Not everything's set in stone. For all we know, everything could be going into talks. It looks good. And then they say, no, we're pulling the plug by December. We don't know yet. So people, if you're in the market, hold it. Wait. We're going to get a couple more newsletters and then we decide. Now, if some of y'all are going to pull out, you're done just because, okay, I understand. But don't let someone tell you to pull out just because they think hey, I didn't read it, but I'm gonna do it. No, read it first.
That's correct.
And as
Just
far as it goes with my blindness towards certain things, understand this. I know Troll and Toad from the bad side. I don't know them from the good side. So if you actually have good stories and stuff, put them in the comments about Troll and Toad. I want to hear that. That way I can have like a little second thought. That way I'm not being closed minded. But for me, when I saw them rip off a kid's dark armed dragon, I couldn't deal with them. So I would like to hear some good stories about them. But mostly I hear from them is they're trash.
I mean, to be fair on my end, I only stuck to TCG player. I don't think I went to any other areas just for getting cards.
A lot of us do. I became a highly respectable seller through TCG Player. I looked at the rules for Troll and Toad. Okay, if you were to pull up the reviews on how they do selling and stuff, I barely see anything good. And when it comes to people buying from them, some of them have said, yeah, the cards were in good condition. They were great. And then some people are like, this card wasn't worth the money that they were saying. This card's supposed to have been like $4, but they charged me 10. And I'm like, was that with or without shipping? It was without, and then it was extra with shipping. Ooh,
Man,
yeah. I mean, they got more cringe than a dad joke session in Tibet. So take it as you will. Now, this is not for me to just sit there and just hate on people's favorites. This is from my experience. Like I said, if you have better experience, put it in the comments. Let me know. I want to hear some good reports on them because it's not looking good for me. Now, another thing about this whole transition, to me, it's not that bad if they don't make the prices like go the way of old Beckett, where if it's market, mint, near mint, all that mess, if they have market and then you make your own little categories here and there of what it is and do proper conditioning, then it's fine. Set your own market for shipping and handling, that's fine. The way that things are now, it's fine. It's just certain things that they need to change. Like if a seller is bad or improper, maybe they can incorporate the 3-strike system like on eBay. 3 strikes, they're gone. Instead of just 1 star hinders your entire experience. Because Colby, you've seen a bunch of people that 1 negative crippled what their seller value was.
yes.
Then there's others, they barely have any, but it says, hey, they've sold 1,000 cards, but they don't have any star value at all because no one's putting in the rating.
Mm-hmm.
They need to have proper feedback. Me, I have proper feedback. I have yet to meet anybody that said I was trash as a seller. And if they did, they never came forth. My cards were in mint condition. They were as said. If the price was too high and I saw that the price changed, I changed it. And even if I missed a card when it went up, if I had it at a certain price, the card could have been $250 and I put it for $220, I will still sell it at $220. And if a card went missing, I will go and buy the card and replace it. That's how you make a good seller and get your rep up. That's me. And y'all can ask Easy Mahe. He'll tell you the same. If we had that kind of a system going in place, do you think eBay would want to change something like this? What do you think, Colby?
eBay would definitely not want to change anything like that if the system's running good. However, at the same time, it's eBay. You can never really tell what's going to happen in the end.
Me, I think they should take a little bit of a combination of the two. Mm-hmm. Have the 5-star rating, but underneath the 5 stars, have the 3-strike system. And if they have 3 strikes, for 6 months, they can't sell. That way they can replenish the strikes. And if it happens again, a year.
The tricky part with that is that if someone really dislike what someone did, they just make alternative accounts and be like a strike, strike, strike. Sure, they might want to have it under review then at that point, but if they do an automated system, it's going to be, I feel like it's going to be like a YouTube automated system, in which case a buy handles everything. It's not going to really tell.
Here's the thing about that, though. When it comes to TCG Player, they have a system where you have to verify that that particular order is the one that was wrong. They can't just spam someone like that and then be like, oh, well, you didn't give me this properly. You didn't do that properly. They actually have a little thing where it's like our order confirmation, where you see like the little coding and stuff, and it's put right there. And someone can say, I didn't get the card was trash and all that mess. They can do that. But as far as like spamming us, TCG Player will actually look at that and be like, okay, what was the product? They will ask the questions. And if there's nothing there and I dispute it, TCG Player will be like, no, you're just spamming them because you don't like them.
Okay.
So you actually have to have bought something in order for that to happen. It's like, let's say you're a seller and I have beef with you at my locals. I can't go on there and be like, that dude Kobe is a nasty degenerate. Plus, he hates Mystic Mind. I can't do that because then they'll be like, did you buy something from him though? No. What are you doing? It won't work.
Yeah.
eBay, I think they could just do that, but I think they've been a little bit more nitpicky on that now because they're trying to cut back on just hearsay and focus on the actual facts of did you buy it, did you sell it, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Oh boy, I never thought I'd get amped up about the market.
Dude, the market can get a little crazy with all things considering. You know, I've been looking at it when Runix ever came out.
Mm-hmm.
Reminds me, I haven't checked it today. Predictions?
They're dropping.
I hope.
Oh no, everybody's after that collector's rare, like I told you.
The field spell went up.
How much?
It is now 18. It was 12 last time, so it went up by 6. Runic tip, still 28. And then the fusion, 6. So fusion's going down, tip is staying the same, and then fountain went up.
Wasn't that one card that's 28 supposed to be 36?
That was because of Direct.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Direct, but there was one person on Direct who was selling it for 36, and then everyone else was selling it for 27.
Here's
so
the
thing. They were like market price 22. I mean not 30, 22, 32 or some crap like that. And I was just like, oh Lord, looked into it. Direct the first thing, and everything else was like 27 something.
Right now, it's trying to get up in price, but it isn't really holding. Here's what's happening for real. Remember I told you that there was going to be that collector's rare fever and everybody's going to be buying it up like crazy.
Yeah.
Everybody wants when it comes to like a set like this, where you can get collector's rares of certain cards, everybody wants to buy it up to get collector's rare of that deck. Basically, collector's rare is like a poor person's version of a Starlight. I'll admit it. I got 2 of them. Now,
I got none.
That's not me saying that if you have collector's rares, you're poor and you can't. No, that's not that. It's just we can get this more than we can get a Starlight. So that's why we're trying to get the collector's rares. Eventually, we get Starlights.
Isn't a Starlight like 1 in every 4 cases or some crap like that?
1 in every 2, 1 in every 3. But collector's rares, I've actually bought 4 boxes of one set and pulled 3 collector's rares. So, and that was in 1 case alone. 3 collector's rares. Don't ask me how. I bought them in the same case that was there. So,
I still take it.
yeah, exactly. But everybody wants those. Eventually, all those ultras and stuff that they got of that particular card, people will sell off. At first, they're selling them as high as they can to try to make that money back. But then it'll gradually go down as the set goes on.
Yeah.
Within the first 2 weeks, it should drop down a couple of pennies, a couple of dollars. A couple of cards may go up depending on how many times they've actually pulled them.
Mm-hmm.
Then, after a month, they drop down a couple more dollars. Only one deck out of those 3 deck sets, only one deck actually gets to go higher. And it oftentimes is not the most popular one. So your Runic, as you call them,
Yeah, Runic.
They may be popular now, but they might go down for the other ones. The reason being, they're popular. They're hot. They're the ones that everybody wants. But what happens when everybody goes and gets those? Abyss. Abyss. You saw what happened to those snakes.
Yeah.
At first, everybody wanted them. And what happened?
That fell down until they found out FTK exists, and then they tried, and then it still fell down.
That's what's going to happen. And the other decks, they slowly went up for a moment because, like, wait, everybody was sleeping on these. I might as well just get these too. So it'll gradually go down, and they'll probably be like in a level base. The first 2 weeks is always just chase. So
I think even in the deck set of where Abyss came in, I don't think any of the 3 did good. What was it? Abyss, Sulfacord, and
Ursaring.
Yeah. None of them did good.
It was because of their mechanics.
Yeah.
See, the Ursas is like you're synchroing down, which was kind of confusing. And they got more support later, but at the same time, it was like
they were just too slow, and the way that they handled their hand was not great. They literally had a card that said you could draw 7, and it still was not good.
Don't forget, you're supposed to put those together with Drytron.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take a high tier deck and put it with these unknown nobodies.
Even in a casual stance, Ursardic is one of the worst. Like, you're on their concept, pretty good. In practice, yikes.
As far as it goes with the fairies, it was like they're good, but they didn't have any weight to them.
You're talking about Sulfacord?
Yeah, they were good. They just didn't have any weight. And by weight, they were pendulums.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And then there's Abyss too. Did make an FTK, but just wasn't consistent. Or it couldn't even handle a negate.
And what made it even worse, if a certain one got removed.
Perfect.
It's like, yes, I got him on the field. Banished.
RIP.
But I can get these other ones back to help me get that back. No. Because you only run 1.
Well, yeah. For you run 3, 1 of King, Queen. I think you run 2 of Light and Dark. I think it was 1 Dark, 2 Light.
Overlord.
Yeah, Overlord. Well, Overlord was just not a well-designed boss monster, in my opinion. King was overall better.
Yeah.
When your effect is literally just saying once, not once per turn, just once, send all cards to the graveyard. Yikes. King did better by ripping stuff out of, I think, hand or field.
Mm-hmm.
And if you pair it with Queen, they both just comboed with each other.
Once people realized Overlord wasn't anything special, people were like, should I use Phenomenaga with that?
No, because it was still bad.
Even as a casual player, I did do it with Phenomenaga, but hear me out. Aren't you mostly getting rid of your snakes?
Pretty much.
So by the time you drop out Phenomenaga,
it was already, yeah.
You're like,
the best version of the deck was just an FTK deck, and the only reason it was good is because FTK.
Exactly.
But I mean, if you just drop 1 single effect Veiler, it didn't matter. Top tier plays.
Speaking of top tier, this goes into our next little segment. Colby, what's going on in Yugi lands?
Oh, I thought you wanted to bring up your ban list.
Oh, my ban list was Duragreymon for Digimon. It's hit to 1, and people are like, no. And here's my reaction to it. Well, duh. I mean, it was clearly going to be a problem later on in sets. I'm not going to talk about it because all you Digimon players know Some of y'all are divided by it shouldn't have been hit. It's hurting this format because now we got all these OTKs. But then other people are like, it should be hit. It made the deck too broken. And here's my answer. Colby, imagine a rival in every deck.
Yeah. No.
8,000 beat stick every deck.
Well, that's just access code at that point. A rival can't breach a past 6,000, sadly.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Now imagine that 6,000 beat stick, unaffected every day.
Yeah.
That now, if I remove a card from grave, I banish. Just
I see where it's unfair
everything.
now.
Yeah. Now every deck does it.
Okay. Is it like Ignister? So you can just be like, oh, here's one card.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
It's one card, Omni, you can't do jack.
All right, cool. So no fun.
Yes. Now, the thing is, people are complaining that we finally got this one deck X antibody and it was working, but now all this other stuff's being splashed with X antibody because every color has X antibody. That Digimon can be put into any X antibody deck because it requires X antibody, which makes every deck, hi, I'm a free rival in your case with Mystic Mind.
Ah, yes, fun games indeed.
It makes it so it's solitaire.
Dude, that's current Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yeah,
Come
we're
on,
trying
leave that with us.
We don't do that to you.
Dude,
I
look, at
mean-
least they're at least trying. They did an MD. Let's
I hear
bridge to our next. Let's bridge to our next topic then. Here,
Yep.
I have pulled up the Master Duel ban list. This is going to be taking effect August 31st. And what do they hit? They have banned True King of All Calamities, Imperial Order, Emptiness, Celestial, and number 75.
Okay, before you go any further.
Three of these are great.
One card of mine got hit after you told me to put it in my Flunderies.
Yeah, does this tell you why I said to put it in?
Yeah, and now I'm like, great, so much for that.
I told you to put it in for a reason. This is why I told you to put it in.
Yep.
All right, so three of them that are great, I'm pretty sure obvious, is VFD, Order, and Vanity. These two just facilitated no fun. In some cases, you played Flounder. You could just literally flip this and never lose because now you basically force your opponent to never special summon ever, and nothing yours got sent to the graveyard because it was banished instead. We had this in TCG. I don't think I need to explain this one. In case I do, no spells. None. Have no fun. Again, TCG. Would any of us like to see this back? Personally, yes, because I can make this twice over. Rule-wise, absolutely not, because this is no fun to play against. In fact, I can arguably say that this is worse than this. It isn't a controversial pick, but welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh!
How many stars is True King?
9.
Yeah, I don't think it should come back because I can drop it out in scraps.
Imagine playing Virtual and dropping 2 of these out with an additional negate, with an additional destruction, and if you're lucky, you can then banish any cards into the graveyard instead.
Stay banned.
You want to play a game? I can play the game. I know how to do this. Or you can play it how I did it, and with my version, you know how I played Virtual World first. I basically build it. I basically hand loop you the entire time. Imagine this: I hand loop you. Everything is in graveyard banished, and then make VFD on top of it. No fun. I don't want you to have fun. Stop it. Celestial was hit because I'm assuming they were like, okay, Fusion Destiny, too powerful. DPE too powerful. We need to ban this because this is the one that does the draw too, I think. I'm hoping this is still sharing my screen of the Joker, you can see what page I'm showing, right?
I can see it.
What page am I showing right now?
You're showing Celestial's card info.
Okay, cool. So it is doing full screen.
It's the draw. It's the draw one.
This bit of text right here is the only reason Celestial probably got banned. And I will go into why I think that in a second. You can't make Rongo with 5 material now for free. Oh no, oh god, I must now do another means to make my monster. Anyway, moving on to Limited. This is why I said I don't understand why they banned Celestial. Because anyway, let's put Fusion Destiny 1.
I think it's because
Verte still exists.
true.
So why?
Actually, I'm gonna drop on that one. I had a statement, but it's too dumb.
Hey, I hope everyone likes Max C because you're going to be seeing way more of it. Rip Flunder and rip any stun deck.
I use
no
the other
more-
cards to draw, so
No more searching for you. I honestly didn't think Prankids was doing any better, so I mean, hey, Prankids, no more fun for you.
I knew that was gonna happen.
You already banned Celestial. I don't understand the point of this.
Okay,
And at the same time, you already limited Fusion Destiny. I don't know why you did this. You could have just banned Birthday and called it a day. That would have done.
because people would have wanted Dragoon.
I mean, fair, but Dragoon was already banned in the first place, so it was missed time, but no one really cared for it. At that point, Verte would have only helped fusion-based decks.
All right, when it comes to cross out, it's like that hit to 1 kind of made sense. Pot of Prosperity,
This one, no.
no,
You have
it kind
Max.
of made sense.
Max
Hear me
C
out.
at 3.
But hear me out. Cross out designators at 1. What other cards can we use still? What do we still got?
Call by at 2. Fantastic. So you basically said instead of having the 8 outs, which would have stopped Maxi, Beck Veiler, either Ash Blossom, or Nibiru, say hello to this. So now combo decks are just going to continue comboing off, meaning that now at this point we're likely going to have to make sure that we have Dark Ribbon and War in the main deck, solely because some decks can't survive the end boards that combo decks make. And you're playing control deck, this didn't matter in the first place.
Plus,
Well,
you know, all
unless-
those crazy people using Droplet.
Oh yeah, because Droplet versus Arrival, that'll work.
Okay, Pot of Prosperity, it's like, guys, we have our pay 600 draw spell, so there's that. And we still have Pot of Duality, so Pot of Prosperity can go. We can still use Pot of Extravagance.
Well, this is mainly also hurting Eldritch when you think about it too, because it's like, oh hey,
That's still alive?
somehow
Good Lord.
Prankids,
Saw it coming. Saw it coming.
man, you guys are really not having a good time. Anyway, again, you could have just hit Verte, but I mean, cool. I mean, yeah, this was. I mean, to be fair, DBE is literally everywhere, same as Adventure. Anyway, let's get to the semi-limit list. I didn't even know you were here. In my entire time of playing Master Duel, I've not seen this deck once.
I don't think anyone cares.
Fix this
Colby.
real quick. Gotta fix
Colby.
this.
No.
There we go. Much better. All right, I fixed the semi-limit list. Moving on.
Skill Drain at 2 doesn't really bother it. If it had been hit to 1, it would have been a problem. What are you doing?
Where's cut? Okay, cool.
I mean, I could make the argument that skill drain to 2 is not a really big issue because, oh no, you got rid of my 1 skill drain. Here's another skill drain. I can still run Eldritch. So technically, it doesn't hurt it at all.
Okay, I'm hoping this works. I don't think it will, but we'll give it a shot.
Okay.
Okay.
It was too big.
No, it's not that. I didn't paste the other bit of HTML to actually present the card.
Well,
I will
Kobe
do.
just banned skill drain.
We can all just pretend that this is here. Anyway, oh, didn't hook. So skill drain, I mean, yeah, it's a problematic card, but compared to IO, it's not as big. IO stops mainly all the cards that would destroy it. You could still get around skill drain with card effect removal. Okay.
They're trying to bring some Beast Warrior decks into play, I guess.
I mean, wasn't Tanky like already hit to like 1?
Yeah, so
I think it was at 1. If it was at 3, I don't really understand the hit, but I mean, cool. If this is using its old text,
I thought it was re-errata.
when this card's in a graveyard, I guess not. So
Yes,
I mean,
it is, except this card. So you can't target other Night Assailants.
when this card's in a graveyard, except this card, meaning you can't target itself, but you can target other Night
Oh,
Assailants.
they didn't change it. It's supposed to be except Night Assailant. Oh, they didn't change it.
So I mean, cool, infinite discards, I guess.
That means
hey,
XYZ Dragon Clan.
Danger
Yeah.
Dark World, have fun.
XYZ Dragon Cannon, Gatlin the entire field.
I mean, yeah, but how often are people going to really get that off?
Not often.
Hey, that's a cool monster that says to discard and burn. Here's my imperm.
Actually, I just play scraps against them and be like, oh, you got XYZ Dragon Cannon on the field. Please destroy my field.
I'll somehow get this to work. I'll bring this over and then I'll just paste it in. We'll make this the for those watching, you'll already know, but we'll make this the thumbnail.
Oh yeah.
And speaking of ban list discussion, let's move on to the next part. It's coming. It doesn't say, but it's coming. So, time to discuss general hits we think will happen. There's a good few, and some of it will be controversial just because of how new it is, but we're going to go through and discuss it. Joker.
Are we going in order like banned?
To be honest with you, I literally just pulled some up that I thought would be good topics, and I'm likely going to run through this quickly and just say like, hey, we can see these go to 3, go to 2, etc. So let's just go ahead and knock this out of the way. This will go to 3. This will go to 3. This will go to 3. This will likely go to 3. This will likely go to 3. This will likely go to 3.
Actually,
very cool.
I don't think Ben 10 will go to 3.
I mean, maybe. I know that Drytron did take 1, but I mean, at the same time, Drytron won one thing despite every other event happening.
I think they'll ban Celestial, put Malicious at 3.
Only for next ban list to put it back to 2.
It would be funny.
You know what? Let's go for it. Let's put Malicious to 3, but then next list, put it back to the 2. Anyway, back to 3. Or I'm sorry, no. This is fun. They're going to move it to 2, and then next list after they'll put it to 3.
I can see it. All right.
Nothing in here really screams out, hey, let's put this to 3.
No.
Or not even 2. I look. Well. Where was it? There it is. Maybe.
Nah. We still got triple tactics.
All right. Let's see. Anything more that will get put to 2 or 3 of? Nothing
Dark
I really.
to 2.
I mean that'll be all right. Though not sure how I feel about it.
It's just for Dark World help. It would either be
that would boost,
or Jackalope would come to 2.
That would boost sales on the Dark World deck. Absolutely coming to 3. Let's go. Also, let's just go ahead and put this 3 while we're at it. That'd be funny. Honestly, I'm reading through this list. I don't think there's a single one of these that are going to be coming back.
No.
Oh, absolutely coming to 3.
I was going to say 1.
They wouldn't put this to 1. This is either 0 of or 3 of.
Never know.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything in here that will go to 3 or not even limited. Well, limited, that's kind of wrong, but All right. So we went over our quick rundown. Time to get started. Joker, I specifically put this one first just to see your reaction.
1.
I think even at 1, this would still likely want to get hit because think of it this way. With how consistent the deck is, Central Meeting can just find it anyway. What is the point?
Well, hear me out. If you ban it, it would hurt, but at the same time,
It would just give decks a fighting chance against M-Pen Mist Valley or M-Pen Ryza.
the only reason why I say they should just put it at 1 is because Flunders are still underpowered when it comes to attack. I mean, once
That's
you get a
the
3,000 beat stick, it's like they ain't really got much.
M-Pen,
Plus,
M-Pen that literally reduces attack to half.
only if it's special summons.
I thought it was just any attack general.
I thought it was special summon monsters.
So with that, let me ask you this: how many people are normal summoning 3,000 attack monsters?
Good point. Okay, it can be banned.
If this card battles an opponent's monster, quick effect, so anything.
All right, it can be banned then.
Yeah, this I saw getting banned because not only are you dealing with M-Pen saying, oh yeah, if it's special summon and an attack, so basically link monsters. No. On top of that, you're still dealing with Mist Valley Avian because now they get the normal summon on your turn and can send your cards to the graveyard just to summon their own monster. And then adding this onto the fact, your basic hope is just running some sort of board removal or a Dark Wheeler.
All right, it can be banned.
The next two, I feel like it's going to be one or the other, but one of these are going to go.
And what's the other one? Ooh,
That's a hard one, isn't it? That's a hard one. Yes, we have DPE, and yes, it can send this. At that point, your best bet would be Dagda. But honestly, looking at the current format, the current decks aren't really running this that much. Tear Element, Splight, etc., etc. They still run this though, and this can get you to anything you want, including popping this.
Okay,
This overall causes how can friends are fun?
Yeah. Question.
But no
can we
fun.
Put?
Hulk is already at 1. Scythe is free, but at the same time, you only play one of it anyway.
Well, Scythe.
So even if you limit it, it won't matter. One of these is going to 0, and that's a good question. Which one?
I think Halibrax should go to ban list because, hear me out.
You think Hulk is 0?
It's part of the trio. Think about it. No, it's part of the trio of cards that everybody's been saying for the longest needs to get hit. Needle Fiber, Verde, and what was the third?
And this one has been wanting to get hit for months, years even.
Needle Fiber has been for years. Scythe has been for months. Needle Fiber has to go. And I have Needle Fiber.
I have both.
All right,
I don't use this thing because unfortunately I love my extra deck.
I don't use it.
Well, you don't use it. Granted, I don't even think you could use this in Wander if you wanted. It's a card special summon.
I could use it in Scraps.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, I could see either or, and it's really hard for me to pick because this really screws over all my plays, and this has just been annoying for God knows how long.
I can see Needle Fiber because if Needle Fiber gets hit, no big deal. But if Scythe got hit, certain decks would lose that one little disruption.
Little disruption, sir. This locks you from the whole extra deck.
You know what You know what I meant.
Little interruption, sir. I am not special summoning at all now. Either way, I know for a fact I have 99% positivity that one of these are going to get hit. Who knows? Maybe we're lucky. Maybe they'll do both.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This Scythe is only that turn. Needle fiber is just a constant. I do something.
Bold, very bold of you to assume my opponent's not going to OTK me next turn. You realize that they build this on top of like Barone, the Sword Soul level 10. I keep forgetting Saviern.
All right. I'll say
You forget.
Scythe.
You
I'll
forget
say
this.
Scythe.
Did you also forget I made a deck involving this with, of all things, the one fairy archetype? God, why can't I remember the name now? It was Hyperion and Agents.
Yeah. All right. It can go.
You know, I'm just gonna make I'm gonna make things easy for all of us. Just ban both. Call it a day.
Okay, fair. Because I've been wanting needle fiber banned for the longest.
All right.
All right, so we're in agreement.
Okay,
Both are
the
banned.
next three is definitely controversial just because of how recent they are, and you can probably guess why. So the first one is two. We either have Sprite Starter or Totally Awesome.
Totally awesome.
I was gonna say I mainly put this one here because I'm also relating to the OCG list of, oh, that happened. This getting hit to 1 would definitely hurt. Don't worry, that means they'll still be able to make it, but they won't have the second one for later on in case something happens to this.
Yeah.
And the reason I say starter is because, yeah, need I say more? Literally think of E-Telly, except once per turn and lose life points. Oh, and quick play too, because no, E-Telly is also quick play. So cool, let me just summon a red on your turn. Or carrot.
Well, the reason why I say totally awesome, though, we've seen how devastating totally awesome can be.
Oh, yeah.
With like Frog Monarchs and other stuff like that. This was the problem.
Yeah. I feel like if they were going to hit, I feel like they're not going to hit any of these just because of how recent. But if they do, it'd be like this would go to 1. I really don't think they're going to hit this, but if they did, they're going to slap another wrist and hit it with a semi-limit or a limit.
It would probably get hit with a semi because
because
you lose life points though. Totally awesome is just
plus it is a once per turn, meaning it's not like E-Telly where you could just be like, oh cool.
Yeah. Totally awesome.
It's not once per turn. Well, it is, but when you bring it back with Elf, it's not.
Yeah. And also you're not losing any life or anything like that. So this actually has life loss. And it's not a pay, so you can't spell economics it.
In my opinion, life loss doesn't really matter because life points don't matter except for the very last one. So long as you win, doesn't matter if your life points were half. Doesn't matter if they're 0.001. There's a 0. Or they milled out if you're playing Runic, because haha, funny. But yeah, no, I feel like if they're going to do anything to Sprite, they're going to likely hit one of those two, and I feel like they're going to hit totally first. The only issue with it is, yeah. And now, since we hit Sprite, we're going to hit the 1-2 element.
That can go to 1.
I have milled a Shadal in any tier element.
That needs to go to 1.
Wind is an actual thing.
Yep.
Oh, cool. I milled a Sprite and tier element on your turn. No fun. Stop having fun.
It's either they hit that card to 1 or they basically get rid of Winda again.
I feel like if they're going to do anything, the issue is that Wind is so good for just in general fusion decks that they're going to want to keep it around. This, however, is going to be an issue, especially in the future when the Gravekeeper support comes out and this mill 3 turns into like a mill 15.
It's got to go.
It's going to go. I feel like if they're going to hit this at all, this will go to 1. And then in the future, this will likely go to 0.
Exactly.
If they're going to try to hurt tier element. Though, I feel like they're going to want to do that. They will hit Kalos as well. Actually, maybe not Kalos. We'll have to see for the future. It's kind of a hard pick. But yeah, these are my 3 controversial picks. But it's mainly the main reason I say controversial is because of how early it is. But they absolutely need to be checked on.
I got a controversial one before you go any further.
Let's hear it.
Widow Anchor.
I cannot type. Widow Anchor. Hey, how you feeling? Actually, let's just go to the website. Why not? There we go. Professional look. Why do you think this one's going to get hit? Because what is it at right now? I think it's 3 of. Yeah, 3 of.
All right. As you can see, notice what it says.
Yeah. I do kind of agree, but I don't think Striker has done enough as of late to get this hit. But I feel like if they were to hit any spells, it would be this because this is their main best one. Next to engage, multi-roll, and their field spell.
After everything said and done, this is the only card I can see getting hit. Now, getting hit to what? I don't know.
I feel like they would try to semi-limit it first before anything else because it's like Striker hasn't been winning any events as of late. In fact, most recently it's only been Sprite Tier Element, Math Mech, which is kind of funny, and all that. So I mean, I feel like this would maybe go to 2 if they really wanted to kill Striker. Put this to 1, which does remind me if Math Mech does get a hit, and I know it's early, but
addition.
Why would it? No. Let's look at the card that literally accessed everything for us. This was the one card they needed. So I feel like if Math Mech were to get hit, this was the one that get hit. I don't think they're going to because in comparison to every other deck currently, it's not doing as hot. But in the future it might. And if they, if it does end up doing better, this is the one that's going to go to likely 1. Which is going to hurt because I currently use him, not in Math Mech, of course, because I am a rival Supremist. Overall, I feel like, yeah, they would likely put this to 1 or 2 in the future. This would definitely hit 1.
And Scrap Raptor to 1. Hey, I have it, so I can say that.
Fair enough. It is opinion.
It should be at 1.
It's all opinion. All right. So this one, I feel like it's going to come back to 1 because it shouldn't be here for any more than it should be.
All right.
I feel like this is something everyone's been wanting back at 1 for like the longest time anyway, though.
It should come back to 1.
Yeah, Orcus isn't doing that much at all anymore. Granted, this is the one card they need. So, we can bring this back. And this could, if you see Orcus Torque World, that could be this could bring up sales even more if you put this back 1.
Come on. We brought back Yatagrasu.
Yeah. Next one.
Do you feel Grasu about it? No.
Next one is I put on solely because everyone in the community wants it. And hey, Toro. No.
I'm staying out of this one.
0. Anyway, moving on. This one, I'm following the OCG because I do like this pick. Putting this back to 1.
I'm skeptical on that.
I don't think Spellbook is doing enough to be good. And while yeah, they could still bring out Chowgan the Spiritualist for this, you're still bringing up the idea that Spellbook has to be good. In which case, this format, I don't think there's a single really top-tier Spellbook card that could help them out. Take a look at how the format is right now and think of what Spellbook could do.
Actually, the deck is too slow. Hear me out. Even with all their Spellbooks, and if you put all their cards at 3, what's the main flaw of that deck?
They basically have nothing to save them against like big monsters. They're really slow, so getting any board out is near impossible.
And that third one, what's their main problem?
I would say consistency, but isn't one of their spellbooks not once per turn?
Yep. But the main problem that they have, all their spellbooks have to be popped in a specific order or you mess up its combo chain. Because certain spellbooks can be played like right then and there and it helps get other stuff or drops out another monster. But you don't want to play like Spellbook Master and try to copy any of the weaker ones.
Yeah.
Everybody knows you want to go spell with power, get your priestess onto the field, boost her up, and go into your full combo board. If you play it wrong, you're wasting your spells.
By the way, controversial topic. We can bring this back, right?
Maybe, but it would be at 1.
Yeah, it'll definitely be. Well, anything going back to the game in this case would likely go back to 1. Like
Hang on.
Even with this, I think this will go back to 1 first. In Dune Aether.
Oh God, Eldritch would hate that. You trying to kill Eldritch?
Hey, Eldritch can run this too.
Yeah, but Colby, I bet you anything. I'm willing to bet $100 if that card came back to the game, somebody's going to try to use that effect on a rival.
Oh, definitely.
I'm done.
I feel like this, yes, it's a very great card, and yes, this gives True Draco more stuff. So, True Draco fans, you're welcome. At the same time, I feel like in the current format, it's just not that great.
That's what's wrong with spell books. They don't have any good Omni Negate.
Well, that's because it's, like I said, they use this. Here's Jaugen. You now can no longer special summon on a. If I can pull it up with just this because I can never spell Jaugen correctly. Perfect.
I don't need to special summon.
It's also neither player, so rip spellbook, by the way. Like, yeah, I know I just literally hit the thing of, yeah, let's not, no more barrier statue, but yeah, let's bring back because they're just going to bring this out. But at the same time, they're just too slow that this just wouldn't work.
I'm just saying. You could play Jog in the Spiritualist on a Flunderies player. They will look at you like this. Aww.
Well, it's not just
Anyways.
Flanderies. You gotta look at in general decks. This hurts a lot of people.
Okay. When it comes to like certain decks that you've shown me, jogging don't affect too many on one particular level. Just one. It's like, oh, you're how much attack? Die. Okay, now go combo.
In this current format, Jaugen would actually kill off a decent just because most current decks don't have too high of that attack. Wonder Reaches wouldn't care. I think Dragon Link does have normal summons that just beat over Jaugen just fine.
They do.
Yeah, they absolutely do. Tier element, I think Rhinoheart is the only one that could. Let me check Rhinoheart stats. Of course. Welcome to Yu-Gi-Oh, everyone. 15, yeah, Rhinoheart wins. 2100 defense, by the way.
Anything over 500 attack can easily kill it.
Jaugen in defense.
Okay, anything over 1500 can kill it.
1300.
Oh, 1300. I'm just saying, you could bring jogging back, but
well, Jaugen isn't banned. It's this that we're talking about. This would just bring special summon Jaugen deck.
Oh Lord.
But it's again the idea that spellbook is just way too slow.
It would be a waste.
Yeah. But,
and I would sit there and smack it with Snarl. Just, oh.
Nice. Yeah, that is those are at least my ideas of what could happen. You know, some of these I definitely want to see buy, no. You come back, no.
Heaven forbid they bring back
This
Black Dragon.
Back. Oh yeah. Adamantipator's loving you right now.
Yeah, if they brought back
actually being able to have a boss monster.
Just saying, if they brought back that card, I'm letting you know there's going to be so many buyouts of Adamantipator, I would laugh.
Okay. But that is all we have discussion today, everybody. Joker, do you want to close this off?
Yes, I'm going to close this off with a quick little shout out, Bumblebee. How you doing? Tracy Cakes, keep it going. And to Unfound and El Toro Fuerte. Guys, come back. I can't do this anymore. I feel like Rodney Dangerfield in here. I get no respect at all.
Forgot to mention. Where is he? This will come back to 3, definitely.
Well, yeah.
Cool.
Okay.
Anyway, moving on now.
Well, I guess that's it for everybody. In the words of all those good people, good fight, good night.
Peace, everyone.